Hi, it's Chris, and welcome back to the Sea. What do we have on the show today? Today we got a big box for Mr. Paul, and this thing had more stickers on it than I don't know what. We're going to crack into this girl and see what's going on. This is a repeat customer from Mr. Paul, the creator of Geos Quest, on his Amiga 600. Wrote me an email that stated, again, the Amiga has gone yellow. This will be the third time. There's a note in here, and it says, "Hey Chris, I hope all is well with you and your family. I just want to give you a heads up so you're not surprised when it arrives. I'm sending you the A600 you worked on a couple times as a donor board for your free pairs in case you have some A600s that need parts.
Are you serious?
And after a couple weeks after I got it back for you, same issue, blue disappears, yellow screen again all the time. Worked great. Started up, a few days off and on, then just went constant. So I picked up another one on eBay that was recapped and working great. You're going to note the IDE port is missing. So the 600 I got off eBay that was working great had broken pins on the IDE port. So the seller agreed to put the new one on. So I sent his board back to him with my board, told him that he could use that port, got it back. All is working well. That's why the ports are missing. Hope you can get some use out of this, knowing there's a video issue. Hope there's still some good chips in there. Also, I sent you a copy of Geos Quest CD with a new box sleeve, the Geos Quest 4 manual and map, as well to upgrade your Geos Quest box set. The new CD has a label on it, and all 4 games, the trilogy plus the bonus enhanced version of Geos Quest 2. I didn't send a micro SD card, as you can just copy it from the CD to upgrade it. Lastly, I moved back to Canada, so I'm including some goodies that you can't get in the USSA. My son lost his wife. Sorry to hear that. He has 2 young daughters, 11 and 7, so I'm headed back to help them out. I'm not sure if it's for good or if I'll return to the USSA, but I kept my house and rented it out for now until I decide what to do. So I still have a USSA address, but it's a P.O. box because I don't want my mail to go to a rented house. Anyway, keep on trucking, good Amiga dude, and enjoy the goodies, your friend Paul. I'm going to find out the cause of what is going on that's killing the DACs. So this is the Geos Quest stuff. I'm going to pause on that. Canadian crisps, I guess you would call them up there, or are they chips up there? Sweet and spicy ketchup. What's the deal with Canadians and ketchup potato chips? Crafted in Canada, Fabriquoise au Canada. And they didn't even get totally squished. Thank you, Paul. Along with, now we have these, but not spicy. Miss Vicky's Spicy Dill Pickle Cornichons a Luffa Epics.
What the hell did you just say?
No artificial crap. Doesn't have all the stuff that the USA is trying to kill us with. A small Nestle Aero bar. It's 4 bars. Feel the bubbles. Had these from the UK. They are wonderful. They have like air pockets in them, so it makes the big bite feel small. Oh my, glad I opened this box up recently. Along with some butter farts.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
It looked like an F. Butter farts. Butter farts. High in saturated fat, sugars, and sucrose. That's my kind of stuff. What kind of nuts are these?
Diabetes.
And some French shit. Canadian Nestle coffee crisps made in a peanut-free facility. Very important to my life. Enlarged to show texture. That's what I tell the ladies.
Look how fat I am. Kick ass, yeah.
And finally, the victim. But first, one more bonus gift. And Mr. Paul, thank you so much for this. These are the boxes and manuals that I can put together for Geos Quest 4. If I had hair, that would be really close. There's a better view of it. Geos Quest. If you haven't played this game, I've done a review on it. I'll link it in the description below, or just go search the videos on it. Was made on this 600. It is a journey of George Agnes and his parody of everything Commodore. He has to go, he's a couple years after Commodore's demise, he goes to the factory and he finds that Dave Haney has been trapped in a time machine, or in some room that has taking him out of reality. He warps him back. You play as Dave Haney, who was on the search for the AAA motherboard before the Gates of Bill and the cows or something like that. The cows, because Gateway owned it. And you go through all these things. You get on a rocket and you meet with Mehdi or one of Irving, or I don't know, one of those guys, to travel to rescue the AAA board that I think you had at one point in the first one, and in Gateway to Nowhere. And then in There Be Cows, you go to this room, this lab, where this guy helps you on your quest to get some parts to fix. Dr. Chris fixes the time machine, or the rocket ship, I'm sorry. I keep saying time machine. The Omnibot helps Dr. Chris and Dave get the parts needed to fix the AAA board or the rocket ship or something like that. I never made it that far into it, I'm sorry, but I will now. And this is great because it's a box set and has bonus Geos Quest 2, The Search of Queen Lorraine Enhanced. And it says for Amiga, and this is the box. So this is the original. This is the box. And this is the new high definition sleeve. Look at that. Cool. So this will replace this box's sleeve. And there you go. Thank you so much. And please check out this game. It's on itch.io. And it's a pay as you wish, so you can play it for free, but I highly recommend tossing Mr. Paul a couple bucks, and you get a CD, the full manual, an SD card with the game, which I opened, see, and copied onto my WinUAE, a full map, a walkthrough, everything. So I'm just going to update this. This will go into the sleeve for safety, and it'll store with the original game. Quality box, all the artwork, screens, everything was done by Paul. So thank you, Paul, for this wonderful gift, and this will be updated on my shelf. Back to the lecture at hand. Perfectionist perception, so I'm gonna let him understand from a young G's perspective. Well, old G. All right, let's see. That's the great poet Snoop Doggy Dogg. And something is killing this deck. May 2023 Retro Rewind. My sticker gone, which is fine. Originally created July 27th, 1994. Now, it doesn't have an IDE header, but it doesn't mean it won't turn on. Hey, dumbass. There's no kickstart. One pin back. So it's a 42-pin ROM, but it has a little notch on the... See a little notch there? One pin back, so make sure you leave a blank. And now let's see what happens. And what do we see? Yellow screen, total yellow. So the last time I did this, the DAC died. I'm going to turn on the WepTools soldering station. And we're just going to move this power supply to the floor, or right here. Two things that could be doing this. Low pass band filters, aka the cans. These are low pass band filters that do some science and math. I replaced the resistors, I replaced the DAC twice. Brought it back to life, and then it died. I mean, it still works, it's just fugly. How does the composite look? Amiga 600, Amiga 1200 have color composite. It's got to be the same if it's the DAC. We'll plug this in. We're going to do a what's called picture by picture. So you can see here composite flickering away with weirdness. That's definitely a DAC. And RGB on the left hand side. So this is CXA2075 video encoder. There is another one out there that takes a weird 2.93 kilo ohm resistor that's like super hard to find. A way of bypassing these cans. You have to lift the leg, but I think we're going to try this. I mean, if I fix this, you're of course getting it back. I'm pushing on the DAC again. I lost composite, look at that. What is killing these DACs? Something is killing the DAC. Let's fire up the Sprint and take a look at the video system while we just let this burn itself in. 600, I don't have the layout. Shit. Waiting for it to load. Okay, so that's ground, red, green, blue. So C212 positive. 2 volts. Backside 1.3. What? Why is it only getting 2 volts? Okay. Damn double layer boards. Via hole next to Q212R406. Wow. Okay, which hole?
Really? Nothing.
2.2. So our inbounds are fine. Flip yourself to the top side of that chip. So something is murdering these things. 2075 is the mod. CXA2075. It bypasses the cans, so you don't need them. And 3 rounds of hot airing this chip off, I'm sure, is straining the stuffing out of this board. Oh no, that was a pin. That was a freaking leg that just popped off. Yeah, I murdered a leg. Great.
I did that. That's my fault. It's okay.
Because of the excessive replacement, I lost a leg, 4th pin in, which is Luma out, but it has a via, so we can get the hand drilled. Make a new leg. We'll take the finest one we got, which is a 0.1 or 35 mil. The leg that I broke off goes around to that resistor to melt. I'm leaving this piece of wire. Why? Because in case it flips over on my pin here that I'm working on, my new little leg. So the 2075 mod is so different. It requires you to do this weird 2.61 kilo ohm resistor. I got this from Retrofriends Electronics in Germany. 2075M Sony. It's a video encoder. This is a different scenario thing. You're gonna not use the cans. They don't use these. But if you don't have this goofy, weird 2.61 quarter watt kilo ohm resistor, it is almost impossible to get this working. Without these low pass band filters and this bypassed upgradable chip, you will have a picture better. Couple caveats to doing this mod is you have to lift some legs, and we got to remove a bunch of capacitors on the bottom. So first things, I got to bridge 2 pins on here. So 4 and 5 are bonded. Now let's put our chip on. I had the wrong one for a second. My bad. So the chip is in, but I'm going to first test the continuity of the wire that I messed up. Okay. So that's what she's going to look like. Can you see that? It's on the 1st pin here and the 5th pin here. My wire is the 4th pin. There's some resistors that I got to remove. Now, off the original CXA2075 encoder is the delay line. But the delay line's a little different on the 600 and 1200 as it is on the big box Amigas with the super expensive chips. It's a bunch of resistors. It's C221, 222, R221, 222, 223, 224, 225. 2 caps, 5 resistors. And they're located on the bottom of the board. Hey, on Fun with Ceramics. There we go. There's a 1K. Whoop, damn it. Well, we'll just pretend that's perfect. Since when does solder get magnetized? There we go. Horrible, 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 but replaced. So that's the 33K and the 1Ks are replaced. In the SMD land, I just ordered 3,000 transistors. Did I tell you that already? Or I did. That's how you know you're old, when you say the same thing 8 times and people are like, you already told me that like 5 times. How many times have I told Kevin the same things? He's like, you already told me that, dude. 5 times. Sorry. And I'll probably tell it to you 3 more before I remember I forgot I told you. So with hope and a prayer, and here we go. Something else is going on. I've replaced all the resistors on that blue. It's, where the hell is it? This one right here. That's the blue. And the cameras, I wish I could find a way to disable this Sony eye, but I can't. A wandering eye, it's like this autofocus thing is supposed to follow you, but it never focuses. It's like, why don't you focus? Let's grab another one off of this 4000 of doom here and see if I can get another transistor. Twisted transistor. Okay, got it. Legs are still attached. Okay. Alright, so we're trying to take this one out, which is like in between everything. So I have to go really weird with the braid here. Touch them and slide them off. Okay, that's that one. Well, that's crooked, but it worked. 2 transistors replaced. 2 resistors replaced. Mod done for the thing. 18 times a charm. Unless that transistor's bad too. Boom, sucker.
We're a genius.
All right, we got our white back, and Mr. Paul's got another 600. Red, green, blue. 2075 mod. This is clearer than your other mod. Look at this. Clear. This is a PAL machine, so you're going to see some gradients on my shabizzle. This is what broke. On the tip of my finger, that black speck. Well, this thing, well, that's gone forever. Why am I still doing that for? That thing controls power, and they go bad. And I was right in the line of 3 capacitors that leaked all over it. Cool. And it's got the 2075 mod done. That explains why it kept burning out, because I would replace it, it would work, then that transistor would kill the encoder. So I came back, I put another encoder on. I'm like, it's fine. Over time, it was killing the encoder. When I removed the need for the low-pass band filter, the 2075 mod takes care of that through that resistor. This is crystal clear. This is composite. Your crappy little TV view, this is the 2075 mod. Look how clear this is. This is 60 hertz monitor, and now it's in 60. That's freaking clear. It's like almost RGB to HDMI level. You see the white and the not so white. Composite, RGB. So there's your 2. Now, side by side, you're going to see some clarity. Now this is in 50 hertz on a 60 hertz monitor, so you're going to see a little bit of bip, bip, bip. But look at that. 2075 mod does all the low pass band filter cans are replaced by the internal circuitry. Things break, things wear out, things get worse. And now with the 2075 mod, your PAL experience will be even better. All of the fixes for the cans here are gone. The low pass band filtering. Also took out the caps for the RF modulator. They're not needed. I do have to put one of these in. Luckily, I just ordered 10 of them. So I have those. We're going to plop that in off camera, and we'll get this back to Mr. Paul so he can continue to develop Geos Quest. Again, check that out. Check that game out. Links in the description below. Pay as you want, but I highly suggest tossing them a couple bucks. They're Canadian, so 20 bucks is like $100 up there. Anywho, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.
Amazing. Drive Chris, keep the Amiga dream alive. Please consider joining the Patreon.
Yo, it's Big Snoop D.O. Double Gears. When people ask me, do I really know Dr. Chris? To which I say, hell yeah, I know him.
Thanks for checking this out. And as Dr. Chris says, thanks for watching, and we hope you learned something.
Wow, that was great. Please consider helping Dr. Chris.
Dr. Chris, he's the best there ever was. I can tell you that personally, besides me, of course.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?